patterns, and today I'm going to show you how to make a lounger cover for your baby sleeping lounger. My daughter sleeps in her Snuggle Me Organic and we love it so much. We use it all of the time and we love it so much that she has actually worn some holes into the covers. So my friend gifted me this huge duvet that has some amazing fabric on it, and I'm going to upcycle it into many different projects. And the first one is this lounger cover. So I'm just gonna walk you through the simple steps. It's basically just making like a pillowcase cover, and so you can easily adapt this for any project that you're making. So here we go. The first thing you want to do is measure your lounger. What I found was the measurements online were a little different than the actual measurements of my lounger. So I first measured our lounger that we have, and if you're making this and you don't have a lounger, you might be gifting this to someone, I would still follow the online measurements, but make it maybe 2 inches smaller all the way around, and that would give it more of a snug fit, and I think that it would still fit appropriately. So first I measured my cover, and I'll add the measurements here that I used. And if you're using an infant lounger or a toddler lounger, the measurements will be different for whichever one you're using. And so first you want to cut out a rectangle that measures the entire width and length of the lounger. So I cut out this rectangle, and then I cut out 2 extra rectangles for the back side. So I cut the back rectangles. I cut it the same width but 3/4 of the length. This is so the back panels can overlap. So after I cut out all of my panels according to my measurements, I folded the front rectangle in half, and I used a circular platter that I had. You can use any round object, and I used some chalk and drew around it. I just lined it up to the corner and mimicked the shape of the lounger. You could even line up your lounger to copy the shape there. And then I cut this out and fold it over one more time and cut it once more. So all of my corners are now rounded, and I did the same thing for the back 2 panels. Next, I took the back 2 panels and I folded over one side that was going to be overlapping. I folded it 1/2 inch on the edge, and then once more to make a clean hem. This is where we will insert the pillow in and out. So I pinned this in place and sewed all the way across, and I did this for the other back panel. After my panels were ready, I lined it up on top of the main rectangle, and I did it right sides facing together. I pinned the entire perimeter of the lounger cover and sewed around it at 1/2 inch seam allowance. After I sewed everything around, I went to the corners and I made some snips around the edges to make sure when I turned it right side out that it made sure that contour was able to be more prominent. And then I followed it up with serging the entire edge of the inside of the cover. This was it. It was so easy, and I thought it turned out so great. I'm gonna make a few more so when we do some washes that we have some extra on hand. This was such an easy project, and I think it's really versatile. So you could use this for a pillow or a dog bed cover, anything that you need to throw a cover on and maybe wash as well. And if you make this, just tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what you made. I'll see you next week with a new project.